Book 3, Lesson 1. Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and then answer the questions below. My trip to the grocery store. Hello, my name is Laura. Last Sunday, I went with my mom to the grocery store because we needed to buy some ingredients to make soup. We bought 3 carrots, 4 sticks of celery, 2 potatoes, a bulb of garlic, and some ground beef. While we were there, I asked my mom if we could get something to eat for dessert. My mom said we could get it if I cleaned my room. I promised that I would clean my room when we got home. So she bought us a piece of chocolate cake to share. I was really happy. Lesson 2. Part 2. Listen to the recorded text and fill in the missing information below. Hello, my name is Jill, and I'm going to talk about preferences or things that I like better than other things. First of all, I like sun better than rain because rain is too wet for me. As for food, I like chocolate better than ginger because I find ginger too spicy. I love movies, but I watch mostly comedies because horror movies are too scary for me. I like both dogs and cats, but I like dogs better because they are usually friendlier. And finally, I like the color pink better than blue because pink makes me feel happy. Lesson 3, Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and then answer the questions below. My name is Simon. Last Saturday morning, I went to the playground near my house with my friend Kyler. We had a great time. We played on the swings and the slides and then climbed on the climbing wall. My favorite thing about the playground is the climbing wall because it is a good challenge for me. Kyler doesn't like climbing so much. He is more interested in the slides. Sometimes we meet our friends at the playground and we all play together. The playground is my favorite place in my neighborhood. Lesson 4. Part 2. Listen to the recorded text and fill in the missing information below. Hello, my name is Gina, and I want to talk about things I think are fun and things I don't think are so fun. On one hand, I love playing tennis, but on the other hand, I usually don't like watching sports. I think playing board games is really enjoyable, and I love reading books. As for video games, I think they're okay, but I don't like them too much. Lesson 5, Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and then answer the questions below. How I surprised my mom. Hello, my name is Andrea. Last Sunday, I surprised my mom by cleaning my room. First, I picked up all my toys that were scattered all over the room. I put them neatly into my toy box. Then I folded all my clothes and put them into my drawer. Finally, I got a cloth and dusted my room to make it look extra clean and shiny. My mom was so surprised and happy that she made chocolate chip cookies for me. They are my favorite. Lesson 6, Part 2. Listen to the recorded text and fill in the missing information. Hello, my name is Vivian, and I want to talk about things that are important and not so important. Love is the most important thing to me because everyone needs it and it cannot be bought. Similarly, I think friendship is more important than money because money cannot make you happy. I have a sweet tooth and I like candy very much, but I think health is more important. So I don't eat so much candy. Finally, I think it is important to smile and laugh every day and to not get angry so often. Lesson 7, Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and then answer the questions below. Limiting screen time. My name is Oliver, and I am going to talk about limiting screen time. I sometimes like to play video games, but my mom and dad recently made a rule that I can only play for half an hour each day at the most. When they first made this rule, I was a bit angry. However, I now like this rule because when I play video games, I feel like I am wasting my time. Other activities, such as reading or playing board games, are much more satisfying because I am learning and using my time in a much better way. Even on weekends, I try not to play too many video games. Unless the weather is really bad, I spend a lot of time outside with my friends playing sports like soccer or basketball. Lesson 8, Part 2. Listen to the recorded text and fill in the missing information. Spending time with people. Hello, my name is Tammy, and I am going to talk about spending time with people. Something I often do when I spend time with friends is play board games. On the other hand, when I spend time with my family, we often go out to eat. I would like to spend more time with my aunt, but like many other people, she is often very busy. I haven't seen my grandparents since last year. So next month, I am planning to spend some time with them. I am looking forward to it. Lesson 9, Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and answer the questions below. Hello, my name is Wilma, and I am going to talk about using your imagination. Sometimes when I go to bed at night, I pretend I am flying in a rocket ship to the moon. When I get there, I imagine myself taking huge steps and easily jumping high into the air. I also explore huge craters on the moon and eat moon rock, which is actually a really delicious kind of cheese. When I have eaten enough cheese and I am really tired, I fly back to my bed and have a nice, peaceful sleep. We can do anything if we use our imaginations. What do you like to imagine? Lesson 10, Part 2. Listen to the following recorded text and fill in the missing information. Hello, my name is Ursula, and I am going to talk about mistakes. Nobody likes making mistakes, but they can teach us important lessons for the future. Of course, a common mistake that children make is not saying thank you when they are given something. People say various things when they make a mistake, but I often say, "Oh no!" A funny mistake I once made was I spelled my own name wrong on a spelling test. It was embarrassing, but I had to laugh. The best thing about making mistakes is that we can usually correct them. Lesson 11, Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and answer the questions below. My trip to the thrift store. My name is Cody, and I want to talk about my trip to the thrift store near my house. I went there with my mom and dad last Saturday. Some of you might be wondering what a thrift store is. A thrift store is where you can buy used goods such as books and clothes for very low prices. I thought going there would be boring, but I actually found some really cool stuff. For just $3, I bought 3 board games. And for only another $5, I got a pair of jeans that fits me perfectly, as well as 4 books that look almost new. I can't wait until our next trip to the thrift store so I can look for more hidden treasures. Lesson 12, Part 2. Listen to the recorded text and fill in the missing information. Hello, my name is Tina, and I am going to talk about music. I like many kinds of music, but my favorite kind is rock and roll. I don't really like classical music because I find it kind of boring. I sometimes listen to music in my free time or when I am cleaning my room, but I almost never listen to music when I am studying. I don't play any musical instruments, but I wish I could play electric guitar. Lesson 13, Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and answer the questions below. Helping my neighbor. My name is Morris, and I am going to talk about helping my neighbor. There is an old man named Fred who lives in the house next door to me. He is very friendly, and I often talk to him. He never asks me to do things for him, but I like to help him when I can. For example, in the fall, I often rake the leaves in his yard. There are 2 large maple trees in his yard, so there are a lot of leaves to rake. And in winter, when it snows, I sometimes shovel the snow off his driveway. He always thanks me, and in the summer, he often gives me fruit or vegetables from his garden. I especially like the sweet, juicy strawberries he gives me in July. I am lucky to have a nice neighbor like Fred. Lesson 14, Part 2. Listen to the recorded text and fill in the missing information. My name is Brianna, and I am going to talk about art. There are many kinds of art that I like, but my favorite is painting. I do a lot of painting, and I think I have improved at it. I wish I were better at drawing, but I enjoy it, and I am working on it. I think opera is okay, but probably the reason I don't really like it is I don't understand it well. I love art, and I think it is very important because it can express very powerful messages. Lesson 15, Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and answer the questions below. Things I find when I'm walking my dog. My name is Richard, and I walk my dog 3 times a day. Of course, it makes no difference what the weather is, sunny, rainy, cloudy, snowy, or whatever. I still have to walk him. One of the most interesting things about walking my dog is the things I find. The most common things I find are coins. I mostly find nickels, dimes, and quarters, but I have also found a $1 and a $2 coin. Once I even found a coin from France. Other interesting things I have found while walking my dog are a book about plants, a tennis ball, and a puzzle in a bag that I found on the trail behind our house last month. I wonder what interesting thing I will find next. Lesson 16. Part 2. Listen to the recorded text and fill in the missing information. Hello, my name is Laura, and I am going to talk about outdoor exercise. I like many kinds of outdoor exercise, but my favorite is walking because it is something I can do almost any place and at any time. I think running is okay, but I don't really like it. However, a kind of outdoor exercise I would really like to try is spelunking, exploring caves. A friend of mine told me about spelunking, and it sounds really exciting. I would also like to learn more about hiking because it sounds fun and very healthy. I recently read about bungee jumping, but I am not sure if I want to try it or not. It sounds really scary. Lesson 17, Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and answer the questions below. My dream last night. My name is Kelly, and I am going to talk about my dream. Last night, I had the most amazing dream. I dreamed that I was flying over the city. I could see all the houses in my neighborhood, including mine. I flew over the ocean and over mountain tops. I could fly very fast, but sometimes I slowed down to look at the beautiful scenery. For a long time, I have thought that it must be an incredible feeling of freedom to be able to fly like a bird. So for me, this dream was very special and meaningful. Of course, I was a little disappointed when I woke up and realized that it was a dream. But it was still a really awesome experience. I hope I have more dreams like this in the future. Lesson 18. Part 2. Listen to the recorded text and fill in the missing information. My name is Leah, and I am going to talk about indoor activities. In my free time, I like to be outdoors as much as possible. But I often do indoor activities when the weather is very rainy. My favorite indoor activity is reading books. I also really like painting pictures by myself. I have never tried origami, but I think it looks really fun, and I would like to try it sometime. If I am in a group of friends or family, I like playing cards. There are many fun indoor activities to try. Lesson 19. Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and answer the questions below. Sea glass. Hello, my name is Peter, and I want to talk about my new hobby, collecting sea glass. You may wonder what I'm talking about. Sea glass is exactly what it sounds like. It is glass that has been in the sea for a long time. After many years in the sea, glass becomes much softer and is not dangerous to pick up. It also has a nice translucent quality. That means it is not totally clear, but you can kind of see through it. Of course, like regular glass, sea glass comes in many different colors, such as yellow, orange, green, blue, and purple. My favorite colors of sea glass are blue and purple, but they are quite rare, so it often takes a long time to even find one piece. There is a place called Sea Glass Beach where I like to go searching for sea glass. It is a little far from my home, but we go there about once a month to look for interesting pieces of sea glass. Why not try looking for sea glass with your friends and family? Lesson 20. Part 2. Listen to the recorded text and fill in the missing information. Hello, my name is Cyrus, and I am going to talk about games. One of my favorite games is checkers. I have been playing it since I was 3 years old. I have never tried playing chess, but I would like to. I have heard that it is similar to checkers, but more complex. My friends and I sometimes play tag. It is good exercise and a lot of fun. A game that my family often plays is Monopoly. It is fun, but too difficult for young children. A game that is fun for people of all ages is Snakes and Ladders. Children as young as 3 can easily play this game. Lesson 21, Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and answer the questions below. Visiting local markets. My name is Vanessa, and I am going to talk about visiting local markets because this is something that me and my family have started doing recently. Local markets are like outdoor stores where all the products you buy are made in the local area. Depending on the time of year, we buy as many of our fruits and vegetables as possible from local markets. Of course, many types of produce are not available at local markets during the winter, so we sometimes have to go to a supermarket. However, other products such as locally made clothing, pottery, and skincare products are available all year round. I love visiting local markets because I know that the products come from the area near my home, and I know some of the people who produce them. Lesson 22, Part 2. Listen to the recorded text and fill in the missing information. Hello, my name is Jeremy, and I am going to talk about things that are free. I am very thankful it is free to go to the library because my favorite free thing is borrowing things from the library. Of course, there are other free things that are important, like air. Everyone breathes air every day. Something that is free that I would like to do more often is hiking in the forest. Sometimes in the summer, I can find free apples and blackberries in my neighborhood. What are the free things that you enjoy most? Lesson 23, Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and answer the questions below. My trip to the library. Hello, my name is Kylie. Last Monday after school, I went to the library with my mom. I always love going to the library because I am a bookworm. But this trip was extra special. I am a huge fan of books about fairies, and I found a new series about fairies that I had never heard of before. These books are a little bit hard for me because they were written for kids 11 and older, and I am only 9. However, they are very exciting and well written. Also, my mom and dad tell me that reading books that are a little hard is really good practice because it helps to improve my vocabulary skills. One of the best things about visiting the library is making awesome discoveries like this. Lesson 24, Part 2. Listen to the recorded text and fill in the missing information. Hello, my name is Jack, and I am going to talk about trying new things. I recently started trying to learn French, and I love it. In fact, I think it is important to try new things because new experiences help us grow. Something else I would like to learn is how to sail a small boat. I have gone sailing a few times with my uncle, and I love it. Another thing I love is singing, so I would like to try singing in a choir. Why don't you try something new? It will make you think in new ways, and you might find a new thing that you really love. Lesson 25, Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and answer the questions below. Blue moon rising. Hello, my name is Ken. Last Saturday late at night, I climbed a small hill with my dad and my friend Martin. We carried flashlights with us so we could see where we were going. We also brought binoculars and cameras with us because we planned to watch the blue moon rise out of the eastern sky. A blue moon is not actually blue. In fact, this is simply the name for the second full moon in a calendar month. Blue moons are very rare because there is usually only one full moon per month. Anyway, although the moon wasn't blue, it was a spectacular sight to see it rise into the clear, dark sky. It was a pale yellow color, and when we looked through our binoculars, we could see many craters on the surface. The next time there is a full moon, I want to climb the hill again to see it. Lesson 26. Part 2. Listen to the recorded text and fill in the missing information. Hello, my name is Emily, and I am going to talk about after-school activities. My favorite after-school activity is book club because I love reading books. I have never tried swimming club, but I love swimming, so I want to try it. And if I could make a new club, it would be a science club because science is my favorite subject in school. However, no matter what club you join, a great thing about after-school activities is that you can make new friends and also learn how to get along well with other people. Lesson 27. Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and answer the questions below. Helping in the garden. My name is Arnold, and I am going to talk about helping in the garden. I used to think working in the garden was boring until one day last month, my mom and dad told me they needed my help in the backyard. It was actually a lot of fun planting vegetables like carrots, lettuce, beets, cabbage, and sweet peas. I also helped my mom and dad water the garden and pick the raspberries, strawberries, figs, and apples. Fresh fruit and vegetables from the garden taste so good. The next thing we are planning to do in the garden is pull out all the weeds and then plant some rhubarb and potatoes. I am looking forward to helping in the garden again. Lesson 28, Part 2. Listen to the recorded text and fill in the missing information. Hello, my name is Eli, and I am going to talk about food from other countries or foreign cuisine. I like trying food from other countries because I think all cultures are interesting and I like to be surprised. I think that people who always eat the same kind of food are not open to other cultures. I have tried many foreign foods, and so far, my favorite is sushi. I eat it about once a week. I have never tried Vietnamese noodles, but I would like to because I have heard they are really delicious. My only problem with trying new kinds of food is that it is hard for me to eat food that is too spicy. Lesson 29, Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and answer the questions below. Using nature to make art. Hello, my name is Sally, and art is one of my favorite hobbies. And whenever possible, I try to use nature in my artwork. For example, I like going to the beach on weekend mornings to gather rocks. I paint various designs on the rocks. Also, at the beach, I collect pieces of driftwood, which I use for carving into figures such as people and animals. Other bits of nature that I use in my artwork include maple leaves, which I flatten in a heavy book and then trace, and flower petals that I sometimes add to my drawings or paintings. I love including bits of nature in my artwork because it makes my creations more beautiful. Why don't you try it? Lesson 30, Part 2. Listen to the recorded text and fill in the missing information. Hello, my name is Jack, and I am going to talk about local cuisine or food from the area where I live. The west coast of Canada is my home, and my favorite food from this area is smoked salmon. I especially love it on a bagel with some cream cheese. However, I don't like all seafood. A kind that I think is okay, but I don't really like, is raw shellfish. I just can't get used to the taste of shellfish that hasn't been cooked. A food that my family often makes is vegetable soup. It is wonderful to have on cold winter nights with some nice bread. It is also great to make for a large group. Just put it in a big soup pot and people can help themselves. Finally, if I had to choose a food that I would recommend to a visitor to my country, it would be macaroni with cheese. It is very common in my country, simple to make, and really delicious. Lesson 31. Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and answer the questions below. Power outage. Hello, my name is Owen. Last Thursday evening, there was a very strong windstorm in the area where I live. The weather forecast said that because of the storm, some trees might fall on power lines and cause a power outage. At about 6:15 on Thursday evening, that is what happened. Luckily, we had already finished making dinner when the lights went out. Also, I had gathered some candles and a flashlight, so we still had some light when we ate our dinner. After dinner, we read books and chatted by candlelight while the wind howled outside. In our backyard, a large tree fell, but fortunately, it didn't hit our house. And finally, around 10:45, after we had all gone to bed, the power came back on. Lesson 32. Part 2. Listen to the recorded text and fill in the missing information. Hello, my name is Vern, and I am going to talk about things to do in my city. One of the most popular things to do in my city is go to the beach. Of course, it is most popular in the summer, but people go there year-round. I think my city is quite different from other cities because there are so many parks, including Central Park, which are quiet and places to relax. However, I would have to say that my favorite place in my city is a hill in the center, from the top of which there is a beautiful view. And if you go just outside the city, there are many hiking trails to explore and discover. Lesson 33, Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and answer the questions below. Go fly a kite. Hi, I'm Flora, and I'm going to talk about my new hobby, flying a kite. If somebody tells you to go fly a kite, they mean stop bothering me or get away from me. However, about 3 months ago, I actually tried flying a kite, and it was so much fun. I saved up money from my allowance that my parents give me for doing housework, and I bought my own kite. After buying it, I was so excited that I wanted to fly it right away. However, the day that I bought it was very rainy, and there was no wind. In order to fly a kite, there must be some wind. The amount of wind needed depends on the size of the kite. My kite is quite small and light, so a gentle breeze is enough. Luckily, the day after I bought my kite, the sun came out, and there was a nice, gentle breeze. Perfect conditions for learning to fly a kite. I went to a park near my house where there is a large open space without any trees. I didn't want my kite to get stuck in a tree. It takes some time to get used to it, but after about half an hour, I was able to fly my kite high in the air. I can't do any fancy tricks yet, but I'm working on it. Lesson 34, Part 2. Listen to the recorded text and fill in the missing information. Hello, my name is Joan, and I am going to talk about learning in school. My favorite subject in school is science, and recently we learned about the water cycle. I found it very interesting. I don't know so much about geography, but I would like to learn more. I think I learn best in the morning because that's when I find it easiest to concentrate. Sometimes in the afternoon, my mind wanders and it is hard to concentrate. I also find it really hard to concentrate when I am hungry. Lesson 35, Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and answer the questions below. Jigsaw puzzles. My name is Tim, and one of my favorite hobbies is doing jigsaw puzzles. I started doing really simple puzzles that were only a few pieces when I was a really small child. Then, when these became too easy, I progressed to puzzles that had 10, 20, and 50 pieces. Recently, I completed my first 100-piece puzzle. It is a picture of a mother bear and 2 cubs. It was a great feeling to do such a big puzzle by myself. Now, my dad and I are working on a 600-piece puzzle of the world. The puzzle is on the desk in my room. It is fun, but it includes many tiny pieces that are sometimes difficult to fit together. However, I know we will feel proud of ourselves when we finish it. Why don't you try doing a jigsaw puzzle? They are lots of fun. Lesson 36, Part 2. Listen to the recorded text and fill in the missing information. Hello, my name is Charlie, and I am going to talk about nature. I really love nature, and part of it that I see every day is the ocean. My house has a view of the ocean, and I love looking at it. However, my house is quite far from any mountains, and I would like to see them more often. Of course, nature can sometimes be dangerous. For example, if there is an electrical storm, we should stay indoors to avoid getting hit by lightning. I often go walking in the forest because I like to smell the fresh air, and it makes me feel relaxed. And we can't live without trees. They help make the air that we breathe. Lesson 37, Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and answer the questions below. Swimming lessons. Hello, my name is Angie. Last month, my parents told me it would be a good idea for me to take swimming lessons at the local pool. I didn't want to because I have always been scared of water. However, now I really like it. My teacher is very kind and patient. If I don't do something right the first time, she tells me that it's okay because I can try again. The class is also small, so the teacher can give all of us a lot of attention. After just a few lessons, I can float on my back and swim a little by myself. I'm glad my parents encouraged me to take swimming lessons. I think it is an important skill to have. Lesson 38, Part 2. Listen to the recorded text and fill in the missing information. Hello, my name is Sienna, and I am going to talk about movies. I like many different kinds of movies, but comedies are my favorite. The best movie I have ever seen is Finding Dory. It made me laugh so much. I also think old black and white movies are usually really good, but if movies are too long, it is hard for me to watch. Lesson 39, Part 1. Listen to the following recorded text and then answer the questions below. My pet. Hello, my name is Kyle. I love all kinds of animals, but dogs are my favorite. Ever since I was a very small boy, I have wanted to get a pet dog, and now I finally have one. He is a black lab, and his name is Rex. He is only 6 months old, so he is still a puppy. He has lots of energy, and I have to walk him 3 times a day. Once in the morning, once in the afternoon, and once at night. Sometimes I take him to a big field and throw a ball for him to chase. He likes this a lot. Other times, I take him to the beach and throw sticks into the ocean for him to fetch. He really loves to swim. Rex is a very good dog, but we are trying to teach him some important commands like sit, stay, and come. He is very smart and learns quickly, but sometimes he still doesn't come when he is called. Lesson 40. Part 2. Listen to the recorded text and fill in the missing information. Hello, my name is Ben, and I am going to talk about books. I absolutely love fantasy books. In fact, the best book I have ever read is the Harry Potter series. All the books are so exciting and well written. As far as nature books go, I think they are okay, but I don't like them so much. I find many of them too difficult to understand because they use a lot of big words that I don't know. A very useful book that my uncle gave me is a world atlas. It has interesting maps of all the countries in the world.